So, I went to see Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning yesterday, and if this isn't one of the best action movies of the year, I don't know what is. John Wick 4, probably. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but enough with the chit chat. The movie itself is actually really amazing. It's probably maybe the best in the series. I have to rewatch Fallout, but right now it's probably my favorite in the series. And that's saying a lot, because everything, except Mission Impossible 2, is really good. Like, everything except Mission Impossible 2, as everybody knows, is really good. But this is just way better. And I don't know why, maybe it's because I saw it in theaters, which you should. If you're seeing this movie, you should see it in theaters. That's what it was made for. Just like in the beginning of the preview says, we make these movies to be seen in theaters. And that's true. So when you see it in theaters, it's crazy. It was amazing, and it was like the tension was very good tension. I actually got scared. Now you can tell when the movie's about to end because there's a narration, which that's kind of, if you're watching the movies back to back, a narration, it's like okay, yeah, because it would be like a narration in the middle of the movie, which wouldn't make sense. But whatever, the part 2 isn't out yet, obviously. So, the acting in this movie was really good. The story was just amazing. I'll get to the plot later. But the cinematography is good. The jokes were good. The characters were good. Everything about this movie was just so good. Now, the plot, as I'm sure you might already know, is that AI turns bad. It's kind of like the South Park episode where the AI controls the school, kind of. But except it controls the whole world. Now, the main villain, Gabriel, he wants the key to make sure he's the only one that can control the AI and, basically be the only one that can stop it. But Ethan and crew want it so they can stop the AI. Now, since this is one of the last movies, all bets are off. Main characters could die. And, I won't spoil anything right now. I'll spoil later. But, yeah, everything is up. These movies are like Uncharted games. I've never played any. I've only seen a few clips and heard about them. But from what I've heard and seen, yeah, these are pretty much like Uncharted. So, yeah, what else can I say before I get to spoilers? Oh, the soundtrack. The soundtrack is really good. Like, sometimes it'll go quiet. Or I guess, like, a few times it goes quiet. And then once the music starts going on, it's like a jump scare. Alright, that's probably the scariest part, was when the music came back on. Yeah. But yeah, all the performances are really good. Everything about this movie is just really good. But it's not 5 stars, because it's not the whole movie. And now I'm going to get into spoilers. So if you don't want any spoilers, click off now. If you've already seen the movie, or you don't care, you just like watching movie reviews, then let's get into it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're now in spoiler territories. So Ethan's little girlfriend, or whatever, she dies. Yep, she's dead now. Which is actually very shocking, because I didn't expect anyone to die in this movie. But yeah, and like in the scene when they're in the airport, it's just I love that scene so much. It's just such a good scene, because you get introduced to the girl of this movie. I guess duology. You get introduced to the secondary villains, and you get introduced to the threat of the AI that the AI can hold. When he makes Ethan see Gabriel, and like the ending on the train, it's just like it's crazy. It's so good. I don't know why it's so good, but it was just so good. So many scenes in this movie were just so good for no reason, and like when the face mask machine breaks, you're like, oh, how are they gonna get out of this? And Ethan decides to jump onto the moving train, but Gabriel sabotages it so it goes faster, and then he has to ride off the cliff. That's just amazing. And then eventually the train, is gonna explode because Gabriel planted bombs, and when it does, there's like, it's actually very scary that I thought that Ethan might die or get like knocked out or something. And then the Grace, I thought she was just gonna die, but Gabriel's assistant, who had a nice fight scene early in the movie, she saves them, which I actually wasn't expecting them to be saved by her. But yeah, and then the train falls, and then we reveal that they got it all right, and then the secondary villains come in, and then Ethan jumps off, and then he jumps off, activates his parachute, and then he goes over by Benji. Oh, sorry about that. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, and then the credits play, and I gotta say the Mission Impossible theme segment where it's like at the beginning and it shows what's gonna happen. These movies, even the worst one, has a good opening. That's when you know the series is good. Now, what would I rank these movies? All right, let's go F D C B A S. Now there's one S, and that's Dead Reckoning Part 1. A will be Fallout and Mission Impossible 3. Actually, Mission Impossible 3, then Fallout. Mission Impossible 3 is my favorite, but just Dead Reckoning is just better. Then A, you got everything else but the first two. Alright? And then B, you got the first one. It was kind of slow and boring. I'll rewatch it, and then maybe my list might change. Then C is Mission Impossible 2. It's the worst one. And apparently this is based off a TV show, which I didn't know until like today or like 2 days ago. Like literally when I saw it, I'm pretty sure that's when I found out. But yeah, I kind of want to watch that and see the similarities and differences. But yeah, that's been the review of Mission Impossible. I will get back to you tomorrow for Oppenheimer, which I'm actually seeing tonight. And I have my outfit right here, so let me flip on the hat real quick. Here's my fedora that I'm going to be wearing to the showing, and then I'll be wearing this for the review that I'm going to post tomorrow. So yeah, that was my review for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Really good. See it in theaters now. Alright, bye. So long. Oh, so this is my face.